Kahalu'u.
Yeah, this
That's
is-
your-
Except for Kahalu'u, because it's going to be a regulated area now.
But you might be able to answer this question that Dan couldn't. If somebody has been using a particular pathway for 20 years, the same path in, the same path out, isn't that considered public access as far as being grandfathered in as public access, according to the law?
And I guess I like this answer, but I'm not going to touch that because I'm not county planning and decide what
Well,
establishes
it's
a...
just something that...
Or that establishes, I don't know what establishes a public access, to be honest.
Yeah.
Besides an agreement with the landowner ahead of time.
But public access different than operating commercial business in that area.
Right.
I'm gonna find another stick.
Don't make one. Look at Kahalu'u.
If I may, before we go.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been in this business for a while, and I've had an attorney since 2003 on this agenda and this ongoing process. I know that you folks cannot enforce anything on hearsay.
Right.
You have to be there to witness it in order to enforce it.
Or have someone that was willing to testify to witness to what they observed or saw.
But that again falls under hearsay because you did not witness it, so you cannot.
But then they call to the stand and they're going to have to say, Dan's going to have to say, no, I saw Jerome exchange a $20 bill
Right.
to,
Right.
and that, I mean, then that's
So
going to
it's
be
hard
up,
for you guys.
it's going to be up to the
enforce
court
these
to work it out,
policies.
and they're going to have to fight on the court.
And
But
it's hard for you guys to enforce these policies, even like I should have said, there is proof this has gone on and continues to go on, but unless you guys are there witnessing these transactions or witness to what was going on, basically you can't do anything because it's all hearsay from that point, unless you go to court.
Right.
Unless you go to court. And with that aspect, I cannot believe that after all this time period, especially during spring break, summertime, Christmas vacation, what's gone on down there at that area, that nobody from the city, the county, or the state, or even you folks have not witnessed that area. The overcrowding and what's gone on there. And
Oh, I
if
see.
drive by and nothing, just out of curiosity, stopped and said, what's going on here?
oh no,
And
I mean, we
it's
still
passed
overcrowding.
by.
I think the place is a zoo.
Yeah.
But at this point, how do we determine? That's why I'm kind of waiting for this to go on, because this will give us a better grasp
Amen?
on what's occurring there. At this point, I'll show up just like this. I mean, we can go down right now. I know there's, and I wouldn't be able to tell you who is operating, who has a permit, and as soon as they come out, even if they had clients, you have a permit? Oh no, these are my friends.
But don't you have authority to ask questions and say, excuse me, are you a legal business? Can I see your... can
Certain
I see-"
questions, yes, before they start incriminating themselves.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I can ask certain things, but once I start asking something like, hey, do you have a permit, yada, 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 and certain aspects, now I'm gonna have you incriminate yourself in everything I just got from you without being read your rights. Out of court.
I understand.
So, and
Realities of
then,
it.
so yeah, so we gotta watch what we do.
Right.
And then now if I tell you, hey, can I ask you some questions? Before I ask you some questions, let me read you your rights. What are you gonna do? You're gonna clam up. Of course. You're being an idiot to
I've
sit
been
there
there before.
and sing to yourself. Right, so there's lots of people that don't understand when it comes to
Of course.
getting convictions on things. It's a lot more. It was that simple to say, hey,
So no soliciting on county land, right?
county roadways.
Roadways,
So,
property.
wait, hold on. Let's say they have their little brochures and their pamphlets all over their windshield so that customers can walk by their van and pull that. Wouldn't that technically be considered soliciting?
Technically, I believe so. So that's where we have problems again, yeah. We see these and we do the same thing with our state stuff and in the harbors, guys advertising, you get these vehicle wraps now. It's hard to enforce that. I mean, they drive
But if you're
everywhere.
leaving a
But
brochure
yes,
for
if
somebody
I
to
would
physically
think if I
take,
can show that you're intentionally
you're
trying to
intentionally
solicit.
trying to get
Like even with that, I
business,
don't know if the courts would bite on that. They'd be like, well, we just have brochures. No, but if you're out there handing this stuff out, yeah, I'll get you.
Well, somebody's gonna walk
That's a
by,
lot.
somebody walks by their vehicle, sees their brochure, they're standing right outside, they start asking them questions, it's technically soliciting your business because you're allowing them to actually physically come up and ask you about your business. Where if there were no brochure, there were no leaflet,
Right.
nobody would know that you were
And that's the
leading a
kind of
business.
stuff I'd like to look into further, to be honest. It's one of the things I don't have an exact answer for you. So same idea. Surf van, wrapped, phone number, all the advertisements.
Mhm.
Are we gonna?
a little common sense.
But I'm just saying,
Right,
like,
so-
they've gotten to the extent where there is now brochures
I
on
hear
their
you,
car,
okay.
and they have young ladies who sit there and hang out at that van, and so now the people have walked by, they're assuming that they are a legal business because they're leaving brochures, they have girls sitting outside, they have benches outside of their vans that are taking up another car length
And this is
position.
where I told you earlier, this is where I need to speak to my chief. I said, he's willing to go outside our jurisdiction to help curb this problem. If not, we're gonna have to get community policing involved. Because it sounds like the word, I know this is something you guys don't wanna hear, but as far as organization, and that's how we kinda keep our departments organized, is they have their jurisdiction, we don't step on their toes, and they don't come step on our toes kind of thing. It keeps things clear that way. Most cops don't understand what we do or understand the rules we enforce, the whole administrative rules. They have not a clue what that is. I understand both sides because I came from a police department into the DLNR, so I understand. So usually when there is a problem in the county, we contact them, or usually the complainants call and say, hey, look, this is your district and we're having problems here. Can you do something? As far as patrol officers, maybe not. I can't speak for the police department. I can only assume not addressing your problems is probably because they don't have the time. Crappy excuse, but they have community policing, which should be looking into. They specialize in problem areas.
And I understand that, and I wholeheartedly respect, the fact that they have a lot going on, but to me, it's pretty darn blatant when you have benches set up
I hear you.
outside of your van and you have leaflets on the side of your van. You are soliciting your business. You are setting yourself up to take that business, to take cash off the side of the road. Why do you need a bench if your people are already paying and are already visiting your commercial business? You do not need a bench outside. These are all things that are set up 24 hours a day, 7 days
I
a
hear
week
you.
down there, and I'm baffled at the point that nobody thinks that nobody stopped and said, dude, you have a bench outside of your van. What are you doing?
Okay. Like I said, I'll talk to my chief. What I really want to see, and not to prolong this any longer because I can see frustrations. I mean, it's been a while, obviously, for most of you, is let this permit process going through, find out who the permittees are, and then we can start working there. I'm more than happy to work with you. But if I'm gonna start chasing everybody off the beach now, this is just gonna actually cut people out of being there. Because they're gonna have to get out of there, unless they're gonna play the game with us. Then we're gonna have to play the game, we have no other choice, and try to catch them with their own game. I think this would be the best way, is to let this permit process go through, and then get the permits issued, and then work with those vendors. Or even if you're not a vendor, I mean, let's say, I don't know if you have a business, I'm assuming you have a surf school business, that's why you're here. If you don't get the permit, I'm still willing to work with you, because it's not fair that those other people are doing something that you can't do because you're not a permittee. And we can work on that, I'm okay with that, but I think the lines need to be drawn about who we're actually gonna be working, who's actually gonna be allowed in there, and then from there, work on taking care of those problems outside. And like I said, I'm sure I'll talk to my chief, and there's one more chief above him. And they'll talk and they'll decide. I mean, just like Kahalu'u Bay. It got so bad, the cops were doing nothing. They eventually just said, look, you guys step up, take care of business, and we have been. Any other questions?
Has there ever been any citation down there, ever given to any surf school yet, since all this?
No,
whole
not
thing's
while
gone?
I've been a supervisor, no. We've had issues about people not having permits, and they've either been contacted or warned, or permits expiring, and we've contacted those companies and said, look, your permit's expired, technically you can't be operating, you need to come back to the bar and reapply. Or they'll let us know, hey, Kona, whatever, school, whatever, their permit's expired, they're not supposed to be operating. So we monitor it, we watch, if we see them, we contact them.
So as of right now, like if you had a formal permit for the water, you would be okay?
Not a warm-up permit.
Or the,
I don't know.
It's a commercial use permit.
commercial use
It's
permit.
vessel.
Yeah, CUP, yes.
There are two rules that apply to Kahalu'u. One, you gotta have a commercial permit, and two, you gotta have a permit with the county at Kahalu'u specific.
That's
So
gonna,
as-
no, but that's gonna be
That's
Well,
being addressed
right now,
through
but-
this process.
right now, all you need is the
The
CUP,
CUP.
like,
Right
on this
now,
very day.
yeah, right now,
Yeah.
all, the
So
most you could
if you were a
have
company
is
that had your
one.
CUP, you were perfectly fine. to
And
operate.
you're getting into the water legally, like you're not trespassing on somebody's property. Yeah, so county park, yeah. I don't know if they require any other permit to operate within the park. Because sometimes certain places will require, yeah.
Now it will.
Yeah,
This-
now it
this-
will.
This one says.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to have two more permits depending on what you are, yeah. So,
But the CUP needs to have Kahalu'u as access, yeah?
correct.
I have a question that's not pertaining to any more of enforcement. Where are the concessionaires allowed to load and unload their equipment each day? Are they gonna be able to come in through where the lifeguard guards park? Or do we have to come in through the public beach park area and then tote all the stuff over to the proposed concession
Now,
area?
they'll have a key to the chain gate that is right where the lifeguards park
And,
and unload,
okay,
and then lock up and park. They can park on the roadway.
so they can still park on the guardrail or
Shoulder.
wherever.
Yeah, on the
they're-
shoulder, but they'd be doing business down at the park area.
And is it limited to pop-up tents, or can people pull
Pop-up
up
tents.
vehicles like vans, surf vans?
But it has 10 by 10, it says here.
So it has to be, it says
Something-
self-contained
Self-contained.
mobile vending stand is what it says.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say 10 by 10. So
But not, you know, it needs to have enough space for each vendor.
okay, and what's the priority for vendor placement in there? Because, you know, I've looked at some of the areas, and like some areas are really, you're like, I'd hate to get stuck right there, because there's not hardly any room. So how will the concessionaires be placed in priority?
I think when we look at the vendors and see, looking, you can be on the Mauka side and Makai side of the Rockway. So we may be able to have two on the Makai side, two on the Mauka side.
But how would
But
you
we'll-
decide who gets placed where?
Well, when we get to decide what vendors there are, we will talk with you and see.